10 minutes. T-minus 9 minutes. T-minus 8 minutes. T-minus 7 minutes. T-minus 6 minutes. minus 5 minutes. Minus for minutes. Minus 3 minutes. Minus 2 minutes. Minus 1 minute. Stand by.
Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. I'm just having one of those fucking days. It's been an interesting week. Anyway, yeah, I broke down and decided to get one of those 8-bit do Sega Saturn controller kits so that they work wirelessly, because the cable, like I don't like the cable, like they get really icky and it's annoying me just because of where it is in the room. It annoys the shit out of me. And because of the way that, and I'm comfortable opening stuff up, so the way that it's set up, you basically, there's 5 screws basically in the back of it. You pop it off, and then there's basically like the little board. But then the controller wire is actually connected to the board, not to the actual controller shell. So it basically pops right out, and it just goes. And then you just put like the little 8-bit do board in, and then just pair it with the wireless 8-bit do controller anyway. And I wanted to get a Steam Deck anyway, because I'm trying to sort of consolidate my home entertainment system. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll get the like the Saturn 8-bit do receiver, because it's on sale on Amazon for like $20 Canadian, which is like $14-15 US, so it's like cheap as chips. And then, because the only way to get the 8-bit do kit is from China, so I thought, okay, well, what I'll do is I'll get the receiver for $20 and pop that in my Saturn. Then I'll get the 8-bit do M30 wireless controller, and then I'll pair that with the receiver that would be connected to the Saturn, also made by 8-bit do, and then I would play that until my kit comes from 8-bit do to modify my actual Saturn controller, which would be coming from China. Don't know why they don't have domestic shipping options, but okay. And then when I get my Steam Deck, then I will pair the M30 to the Steam Deck, and then use Bluetooth to have it as a controller. Tilk, you're getting very close to my phone. Go lie down. You already got to go to Cabela's and sniff guns and people buying guns. Yeah, so my thoughts were, okay, I gotta wait for the thing to modify my controller, the real controller, so that it's wireless. So I'll just get an M30, play that as an interim while I'm waiting, then de-pair that from my Bluetooth receiver connected to my Saturn. And then when I've modified my controller, then pair that, and then I'll just use my M30 controller with the Steam Deck, and then I'll just use my Saturn one with the Saturn. So that's my plan. Yeah. So yeah, I had actually forgotten to turn on my mic. 20 years of broadcasting, and this is what you get. And get this shit. We had two major broadcast failures this week. We did manage to get the show back on the air, because we got all these UPSs, but they're not supposed to come in until next week. So there were 2 huge storms that knocked everything out, and we frantically had to get everything back online during a commercial break, which we did. You know, the joys of live TV, but yeah. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, yeah, the water heater quit on the weekend. Yeah, you said it. So I have to get a new water heater. Fortunately, that was a rental, so it's just a matter of waiting until somebody can come and put a new one in. So it's not like I have to buy, spend $800, $900 on the last 2 days of jiu-jitsu sucked. Yes, 0. It hasn't been a horrible week. It's just been one of those weeks that is excessively irritating and feels a lot worse than it is. And just everything that I have been trying to do has taken longer, or, you know, you've got people that just aren't listening, or it's always fucking something. It's always something. Zero, what is your problem? My nutcase cat wants attention. Yes, do you want attention? Is that what you want? Here. If you want attention, stop walking around and let me pick you up. That's clearly what you want. So, fuck off. This is what she wants. She's just going to sit there and yell at me until... Yeah, this week has been a shit show for obvious reasons. Oh, yeah. I think everybody's having a fucked up week. Everybody that I've been talking to has had all kinds of crazy shit. Like Joe's had a bunch of stuff, and everybody that I know is just having this week of complete and total bullshit. Just stupid fucking stuff that makes things worse. And I don't know why that is. Zero, are you going to let me play my game? Are you going to let me play my game? Yeah. The answer is probably no, but, you know, here we are. I'll probably unmute this on my TV. And just to make sure that Murphy's Law does not continue on Okay, well, at least the sound is still coming from the card. I got a receiver, like a new audio receiver to connect all my shit to the sound system, and it might be defective. So I basically tore the entire fucking place apart with cables, with speaker wire, and excuse me, shit everywhere. And it's all first world shit. It's not, but it's just like, I've had a Windows 95 trying to connect stuff week. Plug and pray. So yeah. The week has been annoying, cleverly masquerading as shit. All right, we'll play a quick game of this. As usual, I will play a mode select. Yeah, we'll do one play arcade. And as you all know, no, I don't want to play it as normal. Yeah. Actually, for difficulty, normal's fine. If only in Virtua Fighter 2, or the original Virtua Fighter for that matter, Pi were that easy. She's not. You know, it seems like a Sega thing where you have these, and I mean, look, I didn't have to do any combos or anything really there. Which is, as we all know, Virtua Fighter is hugely technical. And, you know, speaking of Virtua Fighter, just getting the, oh, he's gonna do that shit as a kid too? Fuck him. Oh my god. There's a kid in my class, he just turned 13, but he's quite good, so he's in the adult class for jiu-jitsu, and he looks just like Lion here in chibi baby form. But he's got some pretty fucking good leg locks, man. He's a pretty talented kid. He made me work for it. He might be 13, but, you know, these maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah. Don't make it a habit to fight the elderly. I'd like 2 people on YouTube. There's 1 person on YouTube now. But what is interesting about this is you still... I mean, I'm not going as crazy as I normally do with this, but it's interesting. I lost both my YouTube viewers. They're like, fuck this dude. What the hell is his problem? I don't need... Interesting that he is susceptible to kicks in Virtua Fighter Kids, because in the arcade and... I'd say the arcade and the Sega Saturn version, but the Sega Saturn version is pitch perfect. Absolutely pitch perfect. You gotta get in close, and that's really difficult to do with Lion. He's very difficult to get in close. And then you have to finish him quickly once you get close. He's susceptible to close attacks, but you have to get close enough to do it, and you need to execute it very, very quickly, because if you don't, it's your ass. So, ready, go! I think I've actually finished this. You know, I never actually really got to play Virtua Fighter Kids in the arcade. I don't know if it wasn't released in North America or it just wasn't where I was. I'd played both. I'd certainly played Virtua Fighter and Virtua Fighter 2. In fact, I have a Virtua Fighter arcade PCB board. But I gotta get my... I am... A lot of life going on, but it won't be long now that I'll have my Virtua Fighter 2 machine actually connected, so you can see me play on the actual arcade machine and stream it, rather than me just sticking a camera up to my fucking machine, ghetto style. It's not as intense as the adult Virtua Fighter, but you know, there's still some challenge involved here. There truly is. I think they just sped her up. Oh well, I suppose as long as you can save a few dollars on it. Okay, so that move still works. I like that move. Die. There are some characters where it's very interesting when you... There we go. Kage does not work as well with the sort of stomp attack. Doesn't work as well with the stomp attack. Oh, I have a new subscriber, So Sleepy E. Hello, So Sleepy E. I appreciate your subscriber rivalry. He's a ninja, so that shit ain't gonna work so well with him. I haven't really been doing a lot of Virtua Fighter lately. I really should kind of get back into it and do a bit more. You know, it's interesting. My viewers all right now are... I had a couple on YouTube, but most of them... Like tonight I've got some on Kick. And then... Well, Vector Man, I guess you're on Twitch. Oof. Not exactly having a brilliant moment. That was close, though. That could have gone either way. So what happened last night? The water heater blew up. The water heater blew up, and so basically spent most of the night dealing with water and trying to make sure the gas was shut off. So Joe, who you've seen, my best friend, Like he did a lot of mechanical, like a lot of, you know, that kind of stuff. So we were trying to get the gas shut off, and there was a bunch of, it was just one thing after another. I had a bad class at jiu-jitsu, so I was in a shitty mood. It was just not, it was just one thing after another. But the big one was the water heater going on the fridge. Like, fortunately, it is a rental, so we don't have to pay. I don't have to pay. Like, it's not necessary to pay for replacement, but you know, cleaning up a bunch of fucking water and then having a bunch of gear downstairs, which wasn't damaged. Fortunately, it was fortunate that there were. But it was not. I had everything set up to stream last night. I had everything ready to go for my usual that I do with you and the stream, but I ended up spending like 3 or 4 hours just trying to deal with it, and by the time it was sort of dealt with, it was just like I was too tired. Whoever built this house was an idiot. Just very, very strange wiring, very bizarre decisions. Just everything is just one of those days. I might have a line on a Crazy Taxi arcade machine. I don't know if Andrew will sell it to me, but he might. An original. Not my finest moment. Doing a little better with this than I did in my fucking class. My last 2 classes. Okay, your turn, Vector Man. I know it's obvious reasons, but I'm a little slow today, this week. What happened with you? As this is a note comparison of a shitty week for all. Yeah, this week is just sucked. Just annoying. Just, you know, when it's like being nibbled to death by ducks. Ridiculous. Or redonkulous. Aw, come on, that was cheap. Charlie Kirk got assassinated. Yeah, that was a real shit show. I mean, it's tough because, yes, the guy said some pretty shitty things and definitely was a fucking... Definitely seemed like a racist, bigoted piece of shit, but he has a wife and he has kids and you know, the guy, I don't think he necessarily deserved to be shot. If somebody clocked him in the bar, would it? Yeah. But just gunning somebody down in cold blood? Dude, face the right way. Also the theme of this week, face the right direction. Oof. That can't go well. Just mashed him to rat crap. This way. This way. Actually, Joe might be coming to Saskatchewan depending on how things go. So, what did he say that was racist? Let me Google it. I saw some quotes that were Let me just see. Because you're right. Definitely, there do need to be quotes that that prove. Trying to find some. And I'm not going to look at the CBC because CBC is going to make anything. Let me see. So I definitely want... I saw some quotes that I thought were... Whoops. Hang on. I need to find exact attributions, but he denounced the Civil Rights Act of 1964 as a quote huge mistake end quote. But I do need to find out exactly when and where he said that. He reversed his praise of Martin Luther King Jr., later calling him quote awful end quote. Kirk also promoted the so-called Great Replacement Theory, the white nationalist idea that demographic change in America is an intentional plot to reduce white influence. The Great Replacement is not a theory, it's a reality, he declared. Those words emboldened prejudice, spread division, and threatened the dignity of millions of Americans. It would really depend on the exact quote. Here's a quote. Immigrants are poisoning the blood of the nation, and violent behavior is in their bad genes. Yeah, that I would consider, if that's a direct quote, I would consider that racist. For sure. And I generally am pretty... Here we go. Let me see. So I'll have to find some more. Yeah, it's I'm just trying to see some more exact quotes, but, you know, this is assuming that those quotes were... I'd have to go and, just trying to find... I mean, there is some stuff I can see, the permanent DEI type bureaucracy. A lot of this stuff I agree. But I mean, but turning around and saying that a particular group of people of a particular race are not as good or less than or whatever, that I have a problem with. But I would certainly agree that I'm actually trying to find more quotes. I found a few, but there should be more. So okay, here we go. The Prowling Blacks comment I would definitely consider racist for sure. I'm just looking. I gotta say, okay. Let's see. I'm just sort of looking. Da 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 da. This quote: "Prowling blacks go around for fun to go target white people. That's a fact." Yeah, that is a quote that if that is something he said, I would consider that. But yeah, this is actually pretty interesting. It's a very valid question. Keeps posting all these fucking pop-ups. It's unbelievable. Like there's just Black America finding gangbanging more acceptable than supporting Donald Trump. I would categorize that as racist. This guy really, though, if we're being honest, like the quotes that I'm seeing here, he seems to be just going up against that line. So I don't want to say that he's not, but I will have to, I do have to admit that I'm having a difficult time finding a lot of quotes that are make him out like the next KKK. But he said there are some quotes that I can see that are pretty shitty, which I've mentioned. But Donald, yeah, I gotta look up this more. I do have rebuttals against that statement, but no, I want to go by the actual quotes that he said. I saw some what appeared to be directly attributable quotes that black people were inferior to white people, but I saw them on Facebook. So, for all I know, maybe he didn't say that, and that people are making shit up. So if he didn't say stuff like that, then that's not cool. But I will say this, in the quick search that I just did, I did have I definitely felt that some of the stuff he was saying was definitely getting very, very close to the line. And really close to the line. But a lot of it is very, very harsh criticism of DEI. And I'm not a huge believer in, I think equal opportunity is important, but I think DEI has, in a lot of cases, kind of gone too far the other way. So I need to find more direct quotes from reputable news sources or whatever podcasts that he had with quotes that I can verify. So if he hasn't actually said, like if he's said anything that's that says, you know, black people are, you know, inferior or can't do the same stuff as white people or blah blah blah, stuff like that, that I would absolutely categorize as racist. And it seemed like there were some quotes, but I did a quick Google search and I couldn't find them. There are some comments that I would say the ones that I mentioned are really, really getting close to that line. But if we're playing devil's advocate here, one could pick those statements apart and make an argument that they're not necessarily the case. So you do raise a good point. I never listened to the guy. I've honestly never heard of the guy until basically the dude was shot. So I would need to educate myself a little bit more. I need to find some direct quotes of things that without any and I know that people tend to jump on it because a lot of people like to jump all over JW or J.K. Rowling, and I don't really buy a lot of those comments that she's made as anti-trans or anti-whatever. I mean, if there are any direct quotations that say I don't like trans people should not have rights, blah, 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 then yeah, I would say, yeah, anti-trans. But the only direct quotations that I could find from J.K. Rowling, which people don't really seem to like to admit, is the only quotes that I could find were that she was just saying, you know, somebody that is a lot bigger and is identifying as a woman that does not necessarily, is not necessarily biologically a woman for safety reasons should not be in women's change rooms and restrooms. And frankly, every woman that I know that's in sports, and my job is sports, feels similarly. That's the only quotation that I can find, and I just found that to be a statement of logic, not a statement of any kind of racism. This is my personal opinion anyway. Zoe, this idea that black people are inferior, ridiculous. The best musicians I know, the best athletes I know, the best doctor, like everybody I know. Yeah. I mean, I guess the question is if this guy is racist, and in order to determine that, I need to find quotations that are directly attributable to this guy, and from his mouth, so to speak. If he's turning around and saying black people are less than or whatever, then yeah, that's absolutely 100% racist. But if he's suggesting simply that DEI has gone too far, well, DEI has gone too far because it's not equal in a lot of places, in a lot of cases anymore. For everybody. Right? So that is true. But it depends on if he's saying, well, this race or that race is inferior to, that's a problem. If he's saying, but I have not currently found any quotes in my quick Google search that some of them are getting real close to the line, but I haven't found, I found a lot of people calling him racist. I found a lot of people vilifying or, basically making him out like he's a devil incarnate, but I've never seen the guy's podcast. I don't know anything about him. And I was looking for direct quotations that were racist, and I found stuff that was definitely approaching it, but not something that I could turn around and necessarily use in a court of law. Not saying he didn't, not saying he hadn't, but I couldn't find them. And, it's pretty easy to find racist things that Hitler had to say. But I spent a little bit of time looking, and I really had to look. And it is true that we live in a society where we can't have discussions about it. So, but what do I know? I'm sitting here on a Friday night playing video games, drinking booze, and eating chocolate, so. Yeah. But it is true that it's very difficult to have an honest conversation. And facts have definitely gone by the wayside. If you turn around and say, oh, this person did, oh, well, they're this and they're this ist and that ist. There's a lot of cases where I'm seeing racist and homophobe and this phobe and that phobe and whatever. I just, yeah. Quotes and facts, people. Quotes and facts. And that's why, I wanted to be fair about it. Vector Man was like, where are the quotes? Okay, I better go and find some. I found some that I would consider, but they are bouncing around that line. And without actual quotes that actually say that, I can't prove it. So, Vector Man does raise a very valid point. It's very true. Because if you can't prove it, you can't find a quote. If it's so terrible, then there should be quote. Like I said, not saying that there aren't. I just couldn't really find any. And I work in sports, and most of my friends are not white. Yeah, that sounds like Twitch. You're right. You can't have... And the thing is if you say, where's the proof? It's a valid question. If you're going to blind... Or if you're going to lambast somebody and say they're this or that or the other thing, give me a quote. If there's a quote, okay. If there's not a quote, right, and it's true, you need to have a... I've had discussions with people about all kinds of stuff, and they go, I'm kicking you out of here. Why? Because you lost the argument? Because you couldn't provide proof, and I could? People get mad when you provide proof for stuff. So I actually find it's nice that there's somebody else besides me is like, yeah, well, okay, where's the proof? Yeah, you know what? That's a good question. We need to have some proof, so look it up, which I tried to do. And I found some stuff that was getting there, but could I find a flaming bullet in that quick search that I just did? No. That isn't to say that there isn't one, but you'd think that it would be easier for me to find a racist thing that he said. So I don't know. I actually will do more research on it and see what other quotes that I find. But it's a very valid question. It's like, okay, well, if he's a racist or this phobe or that phobe or whatever, what direct quotation can be attributable to that position? Very, very, a valid question. A very valid question. Wow. It's like trying to have, and even worse than Twitch is Reddit. Not only if you're just not popular and you have a well-reasoned argument and then some bitchy dipshit neckbeard mod decides that they want to ban you. I mean, I can get around the Reddit bans. I was banned from Reddit. And they're like, you're trying to circumvent the ban. It's like, you're not the police. Fuck you. Like, you can't just shut people down and say, oh, well, and then make shit up about people. Ban them and then tell them that they can't say their piece. If you're going to put words in my mouth, I'm going to fucking defend myself, and then I don't give a shit what you think. I'm going to go back in whatever means to finish my thought. Don't give a shit. And the amount of money, like they have, like Reddit is something else. Like, you know, they have like IP things and they track the devices that you have and whatever, and they look at your IMEI and stuff like that to make sure that, you know, it's like you're spending all this money, you know, trying to keep people out of your little treehouse. And to what end? I can get around it, but you have to be pretty technically savvy to get around it. It's like, and then they're like, "Oh, you've been banned and this and that, and you know, check your email for details." Like, I don't give a fuck. You're not a cop. Screw you. At least a cop will look at both sides. Jesus, like there has to be some proof. Just unreal. Yeah, it's honest discussion that many people can't handle because they get emotionally invested. Oh, I know it. I know. I have been told to leave places because I calmly ask, can you provide proof for, you know, this, because there's no policy or whatever. It's like, oh, well, it's like, hey, man, you're the one that said that, you know, that this is the rule. I'm just asking you to tell me where the rule is. If you have a printed document, you can tell me where this rule is, you know, then cool. But until then, you know, the gym that I train at, I didn't know that you weren't supposed to bring your gym bag up there, just because it's a high crime area. And I was like, where is the rule? I was honestly asking him, like, where is the rule that says I can't bring a gym bag to the gym and that I have to keep it in my locker downstairs? And it sort of, and somebody pointed out, well, it's right there on the rules. There's a big rule board over there, and it shows it. And sure enough, it was there. I'm like, okay, fair enough. It's there. The rules were there. I respect that. But this, I'm going to make shit up. Did it annoy me? Yes. But hey, I'm the one that asked. I said, hey, where is the rule for this? And it's like, there it is. It's like, okay, rule 12 or whatever the fuck it was. It's like, fair enough. I asked and answered. I wanted to know where it was. It was there. I could see it. There was proof. Fair enough. I respect that. I was annoyed, but I didn't argue the point because I asked and I got my answer. There was a rule. There is the rule. The rule is written. It's, you know, it's yeah. So I totally, but it's when you make shit up or go, oh, well, we're not having that conversation. It's like, you don't have a fucking choice to decide whether you're going to have that conversation. You're the one that wanted to start the goddamn fight. And so this is how it's going to go. This idea that, I don't know. So you get this mob mentality whereby, hello, doggy. You get this mob mentality where you get, well, basically the kind of bullshit that you're talking about that happens all the time. You get people that gang up and whatever, and you get this sort of allegedly adult version of, I know you are, but what am I? And it goes on ad nauseum. I need to step up my game here. I'm literally beside myself. Oh, no, you don't. Ah! Yeah, what concerns me is nobody's fighting for the middle. It's either extremely nobody. Yeah! Yeah. I do, and I've paid a price for it. There we go. I am not on my game here, folks. Shit poop. Usually do a little better than this. I'm getting the tits squeezed out of me. Oh, that would have been a good hit. I just didn't time it right. Welcome to my fucking week. There we go. Will that be enough, though? Not my cup of mud. Did they ever make a standing cabinet for Crazy Taxi? Yeah, they did actually make a standing cabinet for Crazy Taxi. It's a really nice one. In fact, what I'll do is the next time I'm at the Moonlight Movies, I'll take a picture of it. Maybe I should do a video of it. Should get Andrew, who owns it, and we should do like a thing about Crazy Taxi. Because Andrew runs Twilight Arcade in Regina. Yeah, there's a standalone Crazy Taxi. It's bright yellow. Looks like a taxi. It's pretty cool. What's really cool about it is if I did end up acquiring it, I would not have to worry. Not worry. I wouldn't have to do the same kind of shit that I had to do with my Virtua Fighter 2 machine for VGA, or to get a video output from the board, because the Naomi board has VGA out. So I wouldn't have to do any kind of crazy video tap from the board to get a signal from it. I just plug in VGA and there you go. Honestly, this is going the way my last 2 fucking classes went in Jiu-Jitsu. Shit. I mean, I suppose I could whine and say, hey, I don't really play Virtua Fighter, but I'm supposed to be like the Virtua Fighter guy. And there is really no excuse. Like, yeah, there's some marginal differences in mechanics. Ooh, earned. What's the progress on Virtua Fighter 2? Pretty much the same as last time. It's basically done. I have all the cables. I've got them all pretty much built. I honestly just have to sit. I just have to sit down and then just plug my cable that I made into the main board and just do it. So it's basically, I have everything I need to do it. I have like the cable and everything and the whip and the harness and everything. I just need to sit there and do it. And it'll also work with basically any other arcade machine that I have that I'm going to get. Because they all the Model 2 boards, you have the same pinout. The video all comes from CN7, and Model 1 Sega arcade games come from, I think, CN13. So the God Almighty, the only difference is just where it is on the main board, and I think the cable's not that hard to make. In fact, it's simple enough that I'm gonna probably do a video on here's how to make a cable. Here's how to basically, if you have a Model 2 Sega 3D Sega machine, here's how you connect it. Because there's stuff for JAMA harnesses and that kind of stuff, but there's not really anything for Sega, and the Sega main board is really strange. Like the virtual, the 3D Sega Model 2 boards are very strange, and the Model 1s are very strange. Like they have weird, because they're what they call medium format monitors. So I need to spend a little bit more time on my yeah. So it's just a matter of sitting there and taking a day or two to just kind of test the whip and tweak the settings with OSSC. I want to kind of have it inside my cabinet all nice so that it's not all messy and looks like a spidery mess of cables. So I want to be able to just kind of turn it on so everybody can kind of see me. Like I have a camera above, like so you can see the buttons in my hands, and then there's a wider shot where you can see me with the arcade machine, see my reaction similar to what I have here now, and then the actual video feed, like the actual real-time feed from the arcade board itself with proper quality. Like I said, I just need to find like a day or whatever to just sit there and go, because it's all basically done. Just, it took a while to figure out what to route and where, but once you kind of get that going, it's not too bad. I am not doing well with this today. It's actually starting to piss me off. I was getting pretty pissed off in class on Thursday and Friday, Wednesday. Wednesday was going really well, and this big fucking Polish guy came in, and I just got slammed, which is fine. It happens. And then one of my classmates that I'm usually able to deal with a little bit more, I've been struggling with standing takedowns for probably 2 years, and I just could never quite time. I mean, I've gotten a few, but anybody that is reasonably okay at takedowns, I was like, we had like 10 out of 10 matches, like one after another, and he got a perfect takedown on me and was able to, in an instant, essentially go from mount to high mount to S mount before I could do any kind of mount escape or any kind of sweep or anything like that. I mean, it happens, but it pissed me off. And it wasn't his fault. I mean, he was doing what he was supposed to do. It's a fight, like you know, like in class. But it was just like I just could not. And it happens, but it just not my idea of a good time. Yeah, we got a few people popping here now. We had, I think, 4 or 5 people here at one point. I don't know where they went. Probably saw the way I'm playing tonight, and the other thing though that probably isn't helping is one of the things that these Sega arcade games do, and this is a picture-perfect port, and so is Virtua Fighter 2. The longer you take to... I gotta get out of the screen here. The longer you take to kind of finish the job, so to speak, the more the system punishes you. The more that the CPU punishes you. It starts making the chains more and more and more and more impossible. Right, because it wants you to put in another quarter, right? So, and even though this is on the Saturn, I can't speak for this, but I can only imagine it's like the arcade. Because the Virtua Fighter 2, absolutely arcade perfect. The mechanics are the same. The look is the same. Whoa, jeez. Okay. The mechanics are the same. Everything is the same. It performs the same, behaves the same. You have a mission stick, exactly the same as the arcade. The only difference is, I mean, the textures obviously are a little downgraded, not by much. And the other thing is that it, the frame rate is like, I think 30 frame, like 29 whatever frames instead of a super butter smooth 60. But honestly, it plays the same. Because I have Virtua Fighter 2 on here, and it plays exactly the same as my machine, my arcade machine back there. There is no difference. So the Sega system doesn't want to wait. No. Aside from the sad news, yeah, my Harvest Festival making rope out of baling twine for kids. Oh, that's awesome. No, the Sega system doesn't want to wait. You're talking about, I wasn't sure if you meant in terms of me getting mine up and running to stream. And it'll be soon. It'll be soon. I know I keep saying that. Or do you mean in terms of it ramping up the difficulty so that you lose and get another quarter? See what happened there? Did you see? This is what the arcade system does too. So if it if it sees it, you start to close the gap a little bit, because you see how I was sort of losing, and then it looked like I was going to win that match. And then the AI just kicked in and decided to go ape shit and then just do... See, this is what it does. So it adds more and more and more and more chains because it wants you to put in another... It wants you to put in more, another quarter. I mean, like I say, this is the Saturn, so... But it's... All the arcade games that I have played in real life and played the ports on the Saturn are basically absolutely 100% picture perfect. Absolutely picture perfect. The only one that is not, in my opinion... See, look at that. Like, that's shit. Like, that is shit. So, yeah. I mean, essentially what you're looking at here is... Yeah. If I restarted it, it would reset that difficult. Because it's kind of like when you take your driving test and maybe you take it a couple too many times and then nobody wants to pass you no matter how good you are a driver. It's sort of Sega's version of doing that. But I won't lie, I've been in a little bit of a daze lately, so I haven't really been able to get into the zone just because of the week I've been having. So, in fairness, I'm not going to make excuses for how poorly I'm playing right now. But, see, so I went there, and that was a grab that normally she wouldn't get. In other words, the longer you take in a match, the tougher the game gets. Yeah, or a run. Absolutely. That's exactly what it does. And all the Sega developed... actually, to be honest, I would say all the Yu Suzuki design games are like that. See, look at that. Like, it was full, and then 1 or 2 hits, and that's it. Actually, as long as we're indulging in failure, I may as well run Virtua Fighter 2 on this after. You know what I might do? It might be fun. Like when I have the arcade machine and everything, I'll do like a premiere. Hey, it's the arcade machine is finally running and blah 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 blah. But after I've done that, what I might do, because they both use slightly different video inputs, so what I might do is I might have them both running side by side. I might do that if Joe winds up here. So I'll play the arcade and maybe he'll play the Saturn or whatever, and we'll have a camera and make some smart-ass comments or whatever. But you can see them side by side. A few people have done side by side videos, but a lot of them are based on emulation. It's not that they're not correct. They are. But there aren't too many people that are as spoiled as I am where they are blessed with the original hardware in both cases. So I can have them running side by side. So I'd been, yeah. So I thought it would be cool too because I have the real arcade machine behind me. And I have a real Saturn with the real game. A real Japanese Saturn with the real game. So I can absolutely do a 100% accurate, comparison. Oh, come on. That was... that was bullshit. I'm going to try 1 or 2 more of these, and then I'll play something else. Maybe I'll do Virtua Fighter 2. I'm not doing fantastic lately. So don't be expecting any sort of brilliant time tonight, let's say. But that's okay. We're just having fun. Not every night has to be like an E-Games epic whatever. And then I'll play something completely different, you know. You know, some days you're the hammer and some days you're the nail. Like, that's crap is what that is. I'll do one more and then I'll swap it out. I want to get some more games for this. I mean, not that I don't have plenty, but you've mentioned a couple of games that I thought would be cool. And I thought I had them in my box of games, but I didn't have them. But I wouldn't mind having them in order to be able to play. Like, that's just, yeah. That was an okay hit, but like she's just gonna make it really, really difficult. I mean, nobody's gonna sit there and go, "Yeah, I'm gonna let you beat me up," but the computer is always gonna be able to outdo you with the combos every single fucking time. Yeah, I think that's good for now. Well, may as well sit and chat for a minute, and then I'll pop in the other game, which is fine because it gives me an opportunity to finish my drink and get something else, and maybe get another cold drink and some more chocolate. Bought this fucking secondhand receiver. It's not, I don't know if it's busted or not, but I might have to take it back to the used store that I bought it from if it don't work. But I'm gonna try and give it another go and see if we can improve it a little bit. It's weird because I brought it home and I plugged it in, and I was able to briefly get a feed from the input. Like, I mean, and it worked and everything, and I got it. And then it just stopped seeing HDMI inputs. But there are so many different options for it. I don't know if I hit something on the remote or what. But I got 30 days to figure it out, and if not, then I'll just return it. Get store credit. I don't know. Yep. I'm sneezing here. Excuse me. Bloody hell. I got a few people here. Got a couple of people watching on Kick. People seem to be buzzing in and out on. I honestly thought that nobody was going to show up tonight because I missed my normal time slot, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, I think I earned a drink. I think after this fucking irritating as shit week. Finally got the TV mounted to the wall properly. That it basically on the mantle like a yacht's eating up space that it didn't need to use up, so it's nice to kind of have it on the wall, not taking up space. On the I don't know what you'd call it. Banister, balustrade, entertainment unit. Don't know what you'd call it. Really cool is I even have more room for my my R-wing that I got. I can get this. Oh, I think I need to dust this a bit. It's a bit dusty. Put that, pop it out. Come on. There we go. Check this out. Ring damage. I got this at like a thrift store for like $3. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I mean, it's completely and totally pointless. It has absolutely no. I just thought it was cool, so I have it sort of on my little display thing. Just thought it was kind of neat, and yeah, it's an R-wing. Yep, it's an R-wing. Yeah, that's very cool. I mean, it's completely pointless. It doesn't do anything. But video games are pointless. That's the fun. I just thought, I mean, I'm cheap, so I wouldn't have spent what probably a lot of people would spend on this. But when I saw it for like $3.99 in the store, I was like, fuck, $4? Sure, man. I'll grab it. That's pretty rad. I was around. The one thing I wish I could find is my old Star Fox pin from the Star Fox challenge, because I'm old enough that I was 8 years old when the Star Fox first came out, and Nintendo had these big trucks, like these 16-wheelers that they had that they were using to promote the games, and they came to every major city. They had them in the United States and here, and I think other countries as well. So they had, in Canada, they had the Nintendo Power Truck or whatever, and they had, so they went to to Toronto and Vancouver and and I was in Ottawa, so it was the nation's capital, so of course it went there. And it was on Canada Day, of all things, and Nintendo brought a big truck down. And they had like a challenge that because nobody had ever, Star Fox was new. They were promoting Star Fox. It hadn't even come out yet. You couldn't buy the game. It wasn't available for a couple of weeks or whatever. So anyway, they were going from major city to major city, and they were basically having people play, and they would, depending on how fast you were and progressed and how your score was, you would win, and then basically eventually go to a championship, and then face off with other countries. I actually managed to make it to the semifinals, at least in my city, and I was supposed to get a T-shirt, and they were out of T-shirts apparently in my size, because I was like a fat kid then. You'd think there'd be more fat kids. I'm not fat anymore. I'm fit and athletic, but I was a fat kid. And so they gave me a little Star Fox pin. And I had that pin. Going all the way. Oh, I think I know what happened to my pin. The stuffed animals, they were all thrown out. Yeah, so I had my Star Fox pin up until I guess it'd be last year, and I had it pinned on the ear of a little stuffed. It was like a little stuffed Dalmatian puppy that I won at one of those crooked carnival games, so I could never figure out where to put my Star Fox pin, so I put it on the ear of the little pin, like the little puppy, the little stuffed puppy that I won. But I think that ended up having to go out, and that's where it was. But yeah, I remember where I saw it, but don't remember the name of the game. Where you saw this particular R-Wing? I think this is from... I don't know. I think this was like from some kind of a collect... They had... I mean, I was more of a Sega guy. I enjoyed Nintendo. I think I told you this story. My dad and my brother were always the ones that were using the Nintendo, so I didn't really get a whole lot of playtime. So what ended up happening was my parents got me a Sega Game Gear, so that I was cool. Because nobody could take that or suck up my time on that. So I'd like Shinobi and Sonic 2. I never finished Sonic 2. I was always just fucking shit at platformers. I don't know why. Just I was never a platform guy. But anyway, yeah, I feel like Nintendo had something about 10, 15 years back, I think it was called like the Disney Infinity, or I don't know what the fuck it was. It had like a code, like a QR code or some kind of overly complicated reader, and then you would collect these toys, and then you put it in the toy, and there was like a contact, and then I guess you could redeem shit. I don't know. It was something like that. I want to say that this is maybe Star Fox Assault, but that's still pretty old because I think that was GameCube. I want to say. I'm not sure. I want to say GameCube. Oh, was it? Yeah. It was a collab. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I feel like it was like, might have been like Disney Infinity or whatever. And they had these pods, and then, yeah, I was like, it wasn't like a QR code. It was like a thing, and you put the toy on it, and then you would redeem them, and then you'd get stuff or whatever. I mean, I never had this system, and I sure as shit wouldn't have bought anything like that. But I think it might have been part of that. But it was a cool enough little display toy on its own. So for, $4, but I don't have it connected to anything. But yeah, I don't know if it would have been Star Fox Assault, because if it were, that would be GameCube. And GameCube, I mean, I was still in college when the GameCube was around. And I never really got into the GameCube. No, it might have been before that. When did the GameCube come out? Like 2004, 2006. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, Disney Infinity. Yeah, so I don't know what console that was. Disney Infinity. I'm not sure. You know what? I'll look it up. I'm kind of curious now. Let's see. Let's see here, peoples. When did the GameCube release? GameCube never really spoke to me, we'll say. Wikipedia knows all and sees all. Oh! Older than that. September 14th, 2001. In Japan. North America, November 18th. Yeah, I don't know if for whatever reason when I go into a browser, when I have a stream going, it does that sometimes. I don't really know why. I've never really been able to figure out why. It's a real pain in the ass because it was actually working pretty well earlier, so I don't know what the fuck that shit is, but anyway, yeah, 2013 was when this was. I don't know, man. I don't know. But 2013 would have been... I guess that would have been sort of the Wii U thing. The Wii was cool, but the only game I ever played on the Wii was like Wii Sports. Just none of the other games like really grabbed me. I mean, I had Zelda and like, you know, like Twilight Princess and all that stuff, but I was never, I don't know. It didn't grab me, we'll say. I don't know. Ugh. Hey. Little. Yes, 0. I'm yawning. You better get it out of your system because I'm going to switch up the games in a minute. So if you want to come over and annoy me. Here. Wah. Apparently we are being interrupted for a fuzzy interlude. What she wants is she just wants to be picked up and bounced around. Early 90s music of whatever the fuck this is. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Hey, you're the one that wanted to come over here. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Here. This is apparently what she wants. Most cats just fucking bite you. She just wants to be bounced around. That's her crack hit. Yeah, she'll start to get annoyed. That first meow was, I want a little bit more, but I'm starting to get fed up. But I know that she'll come and bug me a bit more, so I'll give her another few minutes. She's also a Siamese, so Siamese are very, very talkative. Believe me, when she wants to go down, she'll make it clear that she wants to go down. You want to go down? You want to go down? No. You can't stay up here forever. You gonna let me play my game? You gonna let me play my game? No. Now she's getting annoyed because her, oh yeah. Yeah, Siamese are very, very sociable. They're not like normal cats. They're a very unique breed. When her tail starts to twitch, that's when she starts to get annoyed. Yeah, there we go. When you get this sort of twitch, yeah, there we go. Now she's done. All right. There you go. Yeah, now she's done. Yeah, ears pointed back. They'll start to kind of go, and then when they point back, it's like, yeah, I'm done. When they're pointed back, like completely all the way back, it's not. But when the ears are flat, then it's. Ears pointed back is getting annoyed. Ears flat means you're about to get your face customized. That's what that means. And the twitch tail. Also the walking back and forth. The pacing means you're gonna get your fucking foot bit. Yeah. Life with Siamese. Well, I better get this other game on the road. Let me load Virtua Fighter 2. We'll play that for a bit, and then we'll DQ something different. All right, we're back. Controller probably would help, wouldn't it? Not my greatest moment. Even the music is the same. The music is no different than the arcade version. Music is the same. Everything is the same. Yeah, I'm not going to be lulled into that start. Go! I mean, Lao is not too bad, but I am not in the least going to turn around and act like this is some kind of a... Wasn't born yesterday. The one thing that I will... Oh, come on. Come on, man. It's interesting that they... Yeah. And this is usually not off. Ah, come on. Ah. There we go. You lose. Yeah, no shit. You gotta stop doing that. I am a little bit more familiar with the arcade controls, but you are not getting a ring out, lady. Aw, come on. Get a fucking back kick. Typically, no issues here. Not tonight, man. Timing, not... Die. That's something, but... Yeah, but still. Still, man. It shouldn't have taken that. And we're still on this set. Get up! We're not shooting a Gatorade commercial here. Wish we were. All Sport, man. Remember All Sport? When was the last time you ever heard anything about it? Fuck off. Total crap. Like I said, not my most shining moment. Timing, not good. No. Can't even get a fucking grab. Not going. Come on. See, this is what I mean, right? It's like, normally I'm finished this in like one shot, sometimes two. By the time I get to Lion, if I get to Lion tonight, this is not. I mean, it shouldn't have taken to that point to get there. Like, just no. Absolutely not. That is not the way we do things here. But apparently, we are doing it tonight. No. I'm not going to wring myself out. But you know what? If they're ever... Why am I bothering with this shit? Okay, there we go. Triple kick. That's not going to do it. Oh. There we go. Still should not have taken that. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Poop. Take this, Shundi. Yeah, I really showed him. Wow. This is like my fucking Wednesday class in open spar. It's so crappy. This is so crappy. Total crap. Like this is so barely average. It's not even funny. Like, come on. Like, that much against Shundi. Like, come on. Die. Bill, I'm old. I've lived my life. Well, you know what? This fucking guy apparently has missed the memo. Come on. You see what I mean? Timing, total. Not the way I want it to go. But we still have a third set, though. I do usually play well. Well, a lot of the time. You know what? Who's counting? Not me. Not me. I would never count over something so silly. Silly. Oh, here we go. This shit's getting real. And the sad thing is I'm in normal mode. I'm not even playing in hard mode. Enjoy your pink shit. Ugh. Boo! Earns. This is apparently how things roll here, folks. In short. Yeah, we get a kick. It just does this sort of Aikido style kind of wrist. Actually, speaking of Aikido, I need to get back to class for that too. Wrist locks and small joint manipulation is useful and fun, just not when it's being done to you. You know what? This is bullshit. Fight 2. Not much of a fight. This should have been done by now. Fucky doodle dandy. Face the right way. God bloody hell. Not that it, really was doing any of us any good anyway. You lose. Yeah, I hadn't noticed. Hadn't noticed. I'm a distracted. Distracted. It's always that third hit that gets you. Ugh. Shit. Poop. With a melon. With a melon. With a melon. Oh, with a melon. Yeah. Not exactly what I had in mind, but that's okay. We'll take it like I have a fucking choice. Unbelievable new. Well, this isn't gonna end well. Yeah. Not great. Not great. This seems like a good time that I need a drink. I should be sponsored by these fucking people. I should be sponsored by Fireball. They should bring me an entire fucking case. Find that with Virtua Fighter and any of the, classic old school Sega fighters, it's like you either yes, 0. I gave you attention. I gave you attention shortly before I played, and now you want more. If you want attention, you gotta come over here. Don't knock over my shit either, because then I will be very unhappy. Do you want attention? Then come over here and I'll pick you up. That is what you want, isn't it? Wrong way. Yeah, wait. If you want to be picked up, here, just come over here and I'll pick you up. You want to be picked up? You want to be picked up? Is that what you want? 0. Go. Wah, this is what you want. Wah, well, you keep walking around, so this is clearly what you want. I'm not going to chase you. You could probably play better than I am tonight. I have to do stuff. I have to try and do a little bit better. At least approaching my normal standard of play. Your head is about the size of a baseball. Maybe it's the size of a grapefruit. Would you say your head is the size of a grapefruit or a baseball? Baseball head. Baseball head. Baseball head. Your head's the size of a baseball. 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 This is all she wants. I don't know how many cats want to have their heads scratched like this. You want your head massaged? You want your head massaged? Oh, your eyes are squinty. Yeah, we know you're loving it when you're all like squinty. Head massage. I have to play. Meow. 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 Hi. Hello. Moje. I have to play my video game. Do you want your nose rubbed? Yeah, I gotta play my game, yo. Wait. Yes, I'll give you more attention in a minute. It is, after all, what I live for. I live to serve you. Yeah, I know. I'm not doing well tonight at this. Holy fuck. Honestly, I find that playing this is... I often do similarly in real life martial arts as I do in this game. If I have a shitty day playing this and I have a shitty day at martial arts. If I'm on fire in this game, I have a pretty good day on the mats in real life martial arts. Less sweat playing this, but I find mentally, I find that it's the same lot of, not like it. There's not a lot different mentally from playing this than real martial arts. Cause this game's fucking hard, man. I don't think it's as impossible as people make it out, but it's challenging. Like it's a jam, for sure. It's a jam. We got people watching on Kick, man. Hello, whoever it is that you were watching on Kick. Please join the conversation. Follow me. Ha ha ha! I should not be happy about getting a ring out of that woman. That's not the way I want to win, but I'll take it. Oh yeah, there's still like 3 fights. Oh, she's out for blood, man. She's out for blood. That was quick. She cauterized it. She cauterized it. Continue. Go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Ready, go. Jajaboo. 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 Jijinu. Jiji boo boo. Jajaboo. 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 Jijinu. Jajaboo. Die. Normally, I'm not spending this much time playing Pi. Tonight is not a night of which I am particularly brilliant. Let's try this again. I don't think you're gonna see a whole lot of winning tonight in fighting games. Ring out. Seriously, we are gonna go and deal with a ring out. That's how we're gonna deal with this? Well, that is bullshit. That's okay. I'm okay with a little bit of bullshit. This is not going quick. Better run home to mama now. Yeah. And what the fuck is she gonna do about it? The square sum of nothing, that's what. That's what. And that is how it's apparently done. Yeah, no, all good, man. Yeah, you have a good night too. I'm probably gonna finish up in the next 20 minutes or so. And besides, with how I'm playing, dealing with Lion, I'm gonna be up all fucking night. Which I am not willing to do. Yeah, you have a good night. I'll be back on the Friday properly. This was just sort of a freak circumstances of having things kind of just blow up. So yeah, have a good one, and we'll see you hopefully on the Friday. I mean, I'll be here. I just didn't want. I can't believe that happened. But I gotta win 2 out of 3 though. I gotta get 2 out of 3. But then after this, it's Jeffrey anyway. So this is assuming that I get here. That's craziness. Excellent. By whose definition? I'll finish my drink, and then when my drink is finished, no! Kick the fucking punch doodle button, dwiddly dee, and so on. Shit. One out of 3. Ugh. What? How was that a KO? I mean, I'll fucking take it, but I don't... It's not good when you win and you don't really know what you did, because then it means it's kind of hard to replicate it, and that's not good either. Yeah. Bullshit. Yeah, I'm so elderly. I look like I'm 22. I'm wearing a cat suit and I've got great tits. Whatever, bud. I love being a turtle. Ah, shit. Poop. Not exactly what I would consider brilliant by any stretch. I'll try a few more times. Round 5. Take this, wiener face. I don't make it a habit to fight the elderly. Ah, fuck poop. There was a kick in there somewhere. It was a kick of mental proportion. Meaning it did jack diddly shit. What that did was jack diddly shit. Got to lion. I failed at lion. I won one match, if not enough. This is the internet. There's too much space on it. So enjoy your Saturday fluff. Oh, come on. I should have gotten that one. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles and a half shell. Poop. This is what I would colloquially refer to as total and complete shit. Because that is, this is really, it's shit. Not the best night of the history of whatever the fuck this stupid crap is. Stupid. The complete matter of that stupid failure. Lack failure. I do not lack failure. Yeah, is not. Yeah. It did that. I did that. It's not going particularly well, is it? Oh. I think I'm getting close to what I'm able to handle for the evening. Not working. Yeah, I'll continue. I do not have to put any money in the game, so I am okay with this. So sleepy E. Who is so sleepy E? So sleepy E. So sleepy E. So sleepy, so sleepy, so sleepy E. I had a few good ones. I had a few bad ones. But mostly bad, I would say. So sleepy E. I'm actually kind of curious who that is, because I don't actually recognize that comp. So sleepy E. YouTube. Who are you, so sleepy E? So Sleepy E is apparently based in Toronto and has cat videos. Who are you, So Sleepy E? Six years ago. I don't know who this is, man. More about this channel. No idea who that is. Red Fox 3009. I wonder if this is somebody I know. Yep. No idea who this is. You know what? I'm going to play one more. And then I think I'm going to call it a night because I'm getting tired. And I have to go and get some shit done tomorrow. On the Sabbath day. Yeah. Okay. One more match after this, I guess. He doesn't make it a habit to fight the elderly. He truly doesn't. I don't know if I wish I were 22 or not. You know what? I'm apparently a sucker for more punishment. I just... Fuck you, lion. Fuck you, pal. Wow. Okay. That was different. That was not what I was expecting, but, you know, 1 out of 3 doesn't do you any good. Gotta finish it up. And then he knows how to deal with this each time. Yeah, this is one more. I know I keep saying one more and one more. This truly is one more. I feel like I'm fighting with ice cream sauce. Okay, that was too short. This will be the last one. Last one of the night, people. Last one of the night. Enjoy it while you can. I'll be back on Friday and perhaps in better form. Certainly can't get much worse than this. Yep. Set 2. This is the last one, folks, so get your visual masturbation while you can. I'm more interested in drinking. I meant to go a bit closer, but yeah, I think that is about how this is going to end for tonight. All right. Thanks so much for joining me. I will be back on Friday. I know I was supposed to be there this Friday, but it was just a shit show because hot water heater blowing up and stuff because, you know, we're not sitting here getting blowjobs from Taylor Swift. We are living real life. So I will see you Friday. This coming week. Oh yeah, and if you're here, as I noticed that there are a few people here from Kick, hit the goddamn follow button. We don't ask a lot.